There have been 41 seasons of Survivor since the series first premiered in 2000, and new viewers of the show might not know where to begin when diving into the many seasons of the long-running reality juggernaut. It's clear that Survivor has grown a new audience since the COVID-19 pandemic began, as a large number of people found the show on different streaming services during quarantine. Many of those fans then followed along as the show aired its first new season on CBS, Survivor 41, since the COVID-19 pandemic began. However, these new viewers might be unsure of where to go next in their journey through the franchise. The seasons that hooked new fans were the select few cycles chosen to stream on Netflix. In 2020, Season 20, Heroes vs. Villains, and Season 28, Cagayan, were available on the streaming service. The following year, Season 16, Micronesia, and Season 37, David vs. Goliath, hit Netflix and replaced the two previous seasons. Even though every Survivor season is available on Paramount+, these 4 seasons are all considered among the greatest in the show's history and were undoubtedly selected for Netflix due to their potential to draw new fans to the show. Of the seasons currently streaming on Netflix, spoiler-wary newbies should stick with David vs. Goliath before jumping into Micronesia, which is a fans versus favorites season that brings back former players. Returnee seasons like Micronesia will spoil the placements of the players in their previous seasons for uninitiated fans, so spoiler-averse viewers should probably take a chronological approach while tackling the many seasons of Survivor. In turn, David vs. Goliath is a great jumping-off point for those who want to sample the show. This season represents the greatest aspects of the modern era of Survivor and bolsters some of the greatest newbie cast members in the show's history. New viewers might also want to check out Cagayan, which is also typically ranked among the top 5 seasons of the show. Unfortunately, the season is no longer on Netflix, so a Paramount Plus subscription would be needed. There are several other seasons that potential Survivor viewers should try out when assessing if this series is for them. For those who are curious about the history of Survivor, checking out some older seasons might be the way to go. The best old-school season of Survivor that won't spoil other seasons is probably Season 7, Pearl Islands. That season features an incredible cast, many of whom are now considered legends of the game. A great middle-era season would be Season 18, Tocantins, a similarly character-driven season. For fans who enjoyed newer seasons like David vs. Goliath and Cagayan, Season 33, Millennials vs. Gen X, is a great watch with a similar pace and memorable players. There are several approaches for new viewers to become familiar with Survivor's prolific catalog of seasons. A chronological approach might be a struggle if a new fan got hooked on a more recent season, as older seasons generally have a slower pace and fewer twists. On the other hand, that method would allow for a more holistic appreciation of the evolution of the show and the stories of its most iconic players. Whether new viewers follow the chronological order or pick individual seasons to dive into, they should know that once Survivor gets its hooks in, it's nearly impossible to quit watching it.